Hello and welcome to another episode of eScoot Reviews. As I promised you in my first video about Navee S65C review that I'm going to open this scooter and check internals, well, that day came, so we're going to do it today. So I did actually check it already, okay, but just first video I was just way too much shocked and it just went into totally wrong direction without me checking some things, so yeah, I have to do it again. So first we need to take screws for the side panels, but luckily we don't need to do both sides, we just need to do one side. So I'm going to do this side. Okay, so we have 5 Phillips screws, PH2 I think is the name of the bit that fits absolutely perfectly there. I'm going to switch a camera, flip a scooter over, move a GoPro to a different location, and then we'll continue. Okay, so now on the bottom cover we have also Phillips screws, so we're going to take them out. Okay, so let's open it now. Now my reaction is not going to be the same that it was in first video originally, because I was pretty shocked what I see. So you're not going to be able to see too much from that angle, but I need to have a scooter leaning towards me, but that's why I have this GoPro here, so I'll show a footage. Okay. Now, battery could be bigger, okay? There's loads of space here for a battery, but let's take it out. My first reaction was like, this is not a 15 amp hour battery, not a chance. But I did some research and it is apparently 15 amp hour battery. Oh. Sorry. And since Navee is making scooters for Xiaomi, I was kind of expecting lots of similarities to Xiaomi. And some things, yes, they are similar to Xiaomi. Some things are not. Okay, so we have metal brackets that are holding battery in place. And here's our battery, but I dropped one screw somewhere that I'll need to find. And we have a XT30 connector. We have a BMS connector. And we have a charging connector. Oh, there's the last one. So we need a hex 4 to take out the battery, and then we have a controller. I'll take out controller now to show it to you on a GoPro. Okay. Never put screws together, always put them separately. And there, I apologize for a background noise. I have some lads here. I asked them if they can lower their volume. They just don't care. Okay, so the brake, taillight and brake light cable goes directly to a controller. On Xiaomi that goes into a rear battery. Actually, I'll bring Xiaomi battery here. Okay, so I have a Xiaomi battery from Xiaomi Essential. This is 36 volt. 5 amp hour. This is 15 amp hour battery, but I'm going to get to the battery a little bit later. But as I said, taillight is here on Xiaomi battery. Okay, so you have a data communication cable, charging port, and a discharging port that goes to controller in the front, and you have a taillight cable in the back that's coming out of the battery. Here, that's not the case, okay? Now, controller would be something in between Volvo scooter that I don't like at all. I consider Volvo worst possible scooter you can buy, but also something like Ninebot Max G30, one of the first version. Now, connectors here that we have are same like in Xiaomi. This is a data communication cable for the display. Okay, tail light, and oh no, this is a motor cable, and this is data communication cable for display. Okay, we have a small heat shrink. There is no thermal paste, and it's mounted all the way here to the front, and actually this side is touching front of the frame. Now, I'm gonna suspect that this actually might be a steel frame, but well, I need to get my magnet and check that. So I'll be back in a second, just when I put those two Phillips screws in there. And then we're gonna check, is this aluminum, or steel frame? Actually not sure. What's the proper, aluminum or aluminum? Just a moment. Okay, so we have our magnet. Yeah, steel frame. So it's not, they're not using aluminum anymore. Now the frame is steel, rim is still aluminum, and motor is aluminum. Like magnet is getting attracted, but it's getting attracted because of magnets inside. Now let's go to the magic battery, okay? Well, I put it on this side. So it's not in aluminum housing. It's super similar to Xiaomi battery, but I like the actual spaces in between, okay? I like that part really a lot. I actually like that wires are actually all in different colors, so you know you can clearly, like, easily figure out which of those wires goes where. That's nice touch. Foam around to prevent vibrations, and these are actually 21700 cells. I'm gonna guess, I checked with a couple of my friends, we are assuming that by the color of the shrink it could be actually 21750 EV cells. EV cells are used in Xiaomi batteries, and even though they're not some known brand, they actually seem to be holding pretty well, because like I have some of my customers that have Xiaomi scooters now 5 years with first battery packs, and they're still working perfectly fine. Like, okay, first battery packs were purple LG cells, but then after that, second generation of Xiaomi's that came with blue cells, those were actually EV cells. So seeing EV cells here, yeah, okay, I know that this battery pack is gonna last, and like most of manufacturers give, like in most cases, 6 months warranty on a battery. This is probably gonna last, you know, as I said, let's say maybe up to 5 years. Metal brackets, yes, nice. So, you know, since this is a scooter that has a suspension, and you know, people might be, you know, jumping curbs and doing things like that. Yeah, that's a nice thing. There is lots of space, and they could have fit even bigger battery in there. But at least there's lots of space there for, in case, you know, a crash or something, just tiny dent is not gonna be immediately impacting battery. So, you know, there's plenty space. Now, I don't know, did you check my first review? And in a first review, I was actually checking the battery cover, And I made a false statement, honestly, because in that, where's another, oh, here, that. It's a bit hard to focus on talking and working. I actually stated that the bottom plate is plastic, and I was wrong. And I'll show you that in a second. Just to get this last one so we can slowly start closing this down. And oh, I flipped the battery wrong way around. Okay, I'll do that off the camera. Okay, so over the camera I flipped the battery, and I'm just gonna, before I close it down, give you a bit of a commentary regarding the controller. Now, controller, as I said, reminds me of Aovo. Aovo, guys, don't buy it. Honestly, don't buy it. It's the worst battery pack I saw in my life. Like you saw here, how battery cells are nicely spaced out and all that. Like this controller has a good sides and bad sides. Like those connectors that are same like on first generation of Xiaomi are not the best connectors for electric scooters. They could have go ahead with the better connectors, but again, you know, we have those connectors on Xiaomis that are out there on the road running for 5 years already. The gel or silicone or whatever that's on top of the PCB board is good and bad. Good in a way that that's one of the easiest way to do a water protection on a controller. Bad thing is repairing this controller. If fuse dies or like, you know, capacitor or something like that, that someone who knows how to work with soldering and everything could have do himself, and instead of buying a, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 quid controller, can fix it for like, you know, a couple of euros, but that's going to be pretty difficult on this controller, you know. So that's a bit of a downside. Then when it comes to this lead, again, positive and negative, okay? Negative from my side perspective of someone who's repairing scooters, because I need to take a side cover off, to take off the battery compartment cover to, you know, replace a controller or something like that. It's going to be a bit longer process. But brilliant thing is that this is like, you know, it's covering, like all the valves are really nice, and this is covering battery compartment in best possible way. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to be really hard for water to get inside, you know. Yeah, this is not plastic. Okay, in my first video I said, oh, plastic, because it does sound kind of like a plastic, but no, this is a metal lid. So steel, you know, technically whole frame is steel covered in plastics. So yeah, Navee, really nice job done there. Okay guys, so over the camera I did manage to take off display cover. Display is super similar to Xiaomi/Ninebot. So we have 4 mounting screws. I didn't actually manage to take off display, and I just don't have time. So I'm not going to do it now. I might upload it at some stage later. It's technically same as Xiaomi, but it also has icons for indicators, temperature, because if scooter is too hot after riding, or if the battery is too hot, it's not going to start charging immediately. And it also has that low tire pressure reminder icon, cruise control icon, block, Bluetooth headlights and kilometers/miles, and 3 speed modes. But yeah, like, you know, lots of things here on this scooter are similar to first version of Xiaomi. So yeah, I think that's going to be all for this episode. With videos like this, I'm not expecting almost any manufacturer to send me any scooters for review. But if you want to support me doing this, then you can buy me a coffee, because that's going to be the easiest way for me to get money to buy those scooters and do this type of reviews for you. But also, you know, comment, share. Any interaction is really, really great for the YouTube algorithm to start showing my videos to more people who might be interested in it. If you have any video recommendations, any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Usually first couple of hours after a video is released, I'm kind of checking, you know, statistics and comments. So that's the quickest time frame for me to reply to you. But even later, if you leave a comment, whenever I have a chance, I'll reply. If you suggest a video, I will consider it and probably do it. The same way Ivan did it like roughly 6 months ago. He recommended me to do a video how to check stem on NAMI, and I did it straight away. So if you give me a recommendation for a good video that I can make, I'll be happy to make it for you straight away. But in order to be able to check all my videos immediately when they're released, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you can comment straight away and I can reply to you straight away. So that's all for this video. Next video, V50, we are doing the same thing on V50. And then we're gonna do a final video conclusion with sharing some of the opinions about those scooters from some of people who did try them. So till next time guys, well, stay safe out there and please respect other road users. Bye bye.